For centuries, humans have engaged with written stories and information, a practice that, unbeknownst to many, actively sculpts the very architecture of our brains. Books aren't just paper and ink, they are portals that invite us into new worlds, new minds, and profoundly, they change our minds. This isn't merely a pleasant pastime, it's a powerful cognitive workout. Today, we'll journey into the incredible neuroscience of reading, uncovering how this ancient act literally rewires your brain, enhancing your cognitive abilities in ways you might never have imagined. To understand how reading rewires the brain, we first need to appreciate the brain itself. Our brain is not a static organ, it's incredibly dynamic, constantly adapting and changing. This remarkable ability is called neuroplasticity. Think of neuroplasticity as your brain's superpower, allowing it to reorganize itself by forming new neural connections throughout life in response to experiences, learning, and even thoughts. Every new skill you learn, every new piece of information you absorb, literally reshapes your brain. Reading is one of the most powerful catalysts for this continuous remodeling. While it might seem simple, the act of reading is actually one of the most complex cognitive processes we engage in. It's not just about seeing words, it's about decoding symbols, assigning meaning, integrating information, and often, creating vivid mental simulations. This intricate dance requires the coordinated effort of multiple brain regions, far more than simple vision or hearing. When you pick up a book, your brain immediately activates a vast network, recruiting specialized areas to work in harmony, transforming abstract symbols into a rich, immersive experience. Scientists have identified a core reading circuit, a sophisticated network of brain regions that work together to make sense of written language. This circuit isn't something we're born with, it develops as we learn to read, strengthening with practice. It connects areas involved in processing what we see, what we hear, and what we understand. Imagine a well-oiled machine, each part playing a crucial role in converting ink on a page into thoughts, feelings, and knowledge within your mind. Let's break down the key players in this remarkable circuit. The journey of reading begins in your visual cortex, located at the back of your brain. This is where your eyes first send the raw data of letters and words. The visual cortex processes these squiggles and lines, recognizing them as distinct characters. It's like the initial sorting facility, identifying individual components before they can be assembled into something meaningful. Without this fundamental step, your brain wouldn't even recognize that you're looking at text, let alone begin to understand it. Next, the information travels to the angular gyrus, often called the brain's multimodal integration area. This crucial region acts as a bridge, translating the visual input of words into an auditory, sound-based form, essentially, your inner voice reading the words aloud in your head. It then links this visual and auditory information to meaning, associating the sound and look of a word with its concept. This is where letters become sounds, and sounds become ideas, forming the basis of comprehension. Following the angular gyrus, the processed information arrives at Wernicke's area, a region primarily responsible for language comprehension. This is where your brain truly understands the meaning of the words and sentences you're reading. It integrates the individual word meanings into a coherent whole, allowing you to grasp the narrative, the arguments, or the instructions on the page. If the visual cortex is the eye, and the angular gyrus is the inner voice, then Wernicke's area is the listener, making sense of the entire conversation. While traditionally associated with language production, Broca's area is also surprisingly active during reading. It plays a significant role in our internal monologue, the silent voice in our head that reads along. More importantly, it helps us understand syntax and grammar, how words are arranged to form meaningful sentences. This area allows us to process the structure of language, anticipate what comes next, and fully grasp the author's intended message, even without speaking a single word aloud, contributing to seamless comprehension. Beyond the core reading circuit, other major brain lobes are heavily recruited. The frontal lobe, the largest part of the brain located behind your forehead, is a powerhouse for executive functions. These include critical thinking, decision-making, attention, working memory, and problem-solving. As you read, especially complex texts, your frontal lobe is constantly engaged, analyzing information, making connections, and evaluating arguments. Regular reading effectively gives your frontal lobe a comprehensive workout, sharpening these vital cognitive skills. The temporal lobe, situated beneath the frontal and parietal lobes, is crucial for auditory processing, memory, and emotion. When you read a story, this area becomes highly active, especially as you recall plot points, remember character names, and connect with their emotional journeys. It helps you build a mental map of the narrative, retaining details and understanding the emotional resonance of the story. This engagement with narrative and character development strengthens memory pathways and refines your ability to process complex emotional cues. The parietal lobe, located near the top and rear of the head, is involved in processing sensory information and spatial awareness. During reading, especially when describing environments or actions, your parietal lobe lights up. It helps you visualize scenes, characters' movements, and the layout of fictional worlds. When an author describes a sprawling forest or a cluttered room, your parietal lobe helps construct that mental image, making the story feel more immersive and real. This active visualization strengthens your spatial reasoning and imagination. Perhaps one of the most surprising areas active during reading is the cerebellum. Traditionally known for its role in motor control and balance, recent research suggests it also plays a part in coordinating thought processes and predicting sequences. During reading, it might be involved in anticipating the next word or sentence, contributing to the smooth flow of comprehension. Its activation highlights just how interconnected and sophisticated the reading process is, recruiting even regions not directly associated with language for a comprehensive cognitive effort. As these different brain regions communicate during reading, something remarkable happens at a microscopic level. Reading promotes myelination, the formation of a fatty substance called myelin around nerve fibers. Think of myelin as the insulation around an electrical wire. Just as insulation improves the efficiency and speed of electrical signals, myelin increases the processing speed and efficiency of neural communication in your brain. The more you read, the more insulated and efficient these pathways become, literally making your brain faster and more effective at processing information. So, reading doesn't just activate existing pathways, it actively strengthens them and forges new ones. This is neuroplasticity in action. Every time you delve into a book, you're not just gaining knowledge, you're literally reshaping your brain's physical structure. This constant remodeling means your brain becomes more adept at processing complex information, making connections, and retaining knowledge. It's like building a stronger, more flexible cognitive muscle with every page you turn, demonstrating the brain's incredible capacity for lifelong learning and adaptation. One of the most direct benefits of reading is a significant improvement in memory. Our brains are hardwired for stories. Narrative structures make information far easier to recall and retain than isolated facts. When you read a novel, you're not just remembering names and places, you're recalling intricate plot points, character motivations, and thematic developments. This active engagement with complex narratives strengthens both your working memory, the ability to hold information temporarily, and your long-term memory, the ability to store information permanently for later retrieval. Now, let's draw a crucial distinction. Not all reading is created equal. While digital browsing on social media offers snippets of information, it often encourages skim reading and rapid attention switching. This fragmented engagement trains your brain for superficial processing, making it harder to sustain focus. Deep reading, on the other hand, involves sustained concentration, immersion, and thoughtful processing of complex ideas. It's the difference between quickly scanning headlines and truly absorbing a comprehensive argument, cultivating different neural habits. The demands of sustained attention during deep reading actively train your brain to resist distractions. Unlike the constant pings and notifications of our digital world, a good book requires, and in turn, cultivates, a singular focus. This practice strengthens the neural pathways associated with concentration and inhibition control. Over time, regular deep reading helps you enter a flow state, a deeply absorbed, mindful condition where you become completely engrossed in the material, with a reduced awareness of your surroundings. This is a powerful mental muscle that improves with exercise. Reading fiction, in particular, has a profound impact on our capacity for empathy. When you immerse yourself in a story, you step into the shoes of characters, experiencing their joys, sorrows, and dilemmas. This process activates specific brain regions, the temporoparietal junction, TPJ, and the medial prefrontal cortex, MPFC. These areas are key to what scientists call theory of mind, the ability to understand others' beliefs, intentions, and perspectives. By simulating social experiences, reading literally trains your brain to be more compassionate and understanding. Let's elaborate on theory of mind. It's the cognitive capacity to attribute mental states, beliefs, intents, desires, emotions, knowledge, to oneself and to others, and to understand that others' mental states may differ from one's own. When you read a novel, you are constantly engaged in this process. Why did that character do that? What are their hidden motivations? This continuous exercise in deciphering fictional minds translates into a stronger ability to understand and navigate real-world social interactions, improving your emotional intelligence. Reading is a powerful catalyst for creativity. It constantly exposes your brain to new ideas, novel concepts, and diverse narrative styles. By encountering different ways of thinking and expressing, you broaden your mental toolkit. Imagining scenes, characters, and entire worlds described in a book stimulates your visual and abstract thinking. It fosters divergent thinking, the ability to generate multiple, unique solutions or ideas from a single starting point. The more input your brain receives, the richer the wellspring of original thought, boosting innovation. Beyond imagination, reading sharpens your critical thinking skills. This is especially true for nonfiction. When you engage with informative texts, you're constantly analyzing arguments, evaluating evidence, and identifying potential biases. You learn to make inferences, predict outcomes based on presented facts, and question assumptions. This rigorous mental workout strengthens your logical reasoning and analytical abilities, equipping you to better navigate a world saturated with information. Reading doesn't just tell you what to think, it teaches you how to think independently. The benefits of reading extend far beyond immediate comprehension. They contribute to your long-term cognitive health. Regular, lifelong reading has been consistently correlated with a slower rate of cognitive decline in old age. Think of it as building a cognitive reserve, a buffer that makes your brain more resilient to age-related changes and even neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's. By continually engaging your brain, you're strengthening its capacity to compensate for any future challenges, literally future-proofing your mind. The impact of reading on your brain is not just theoretical, it's visible. MRI studies have shown that regular readers often possess denser gray matter in language and memory processing areas. Gray matter is where most of the brain's neuron cell bodies are located, involved in processing information. Increased density suggests more neural connections and more active processing capabilities. This physical change underscores how deeply reading literally reshapes and optimizes your brain's structure for higher cognitive function over time. The protective effects of reading are quite remarkable. Studies have indicated that individuals who engage in mentally stimulating activities like reading throughout their lives experience up to a 32% slower rate of cognitive decline compared to those who don't. This isn't just about maintaining current abilities, it's about actively building resilience. It's an investment in your brain's future, a simple yet profound way to ensure it stays sharp and robust for as long as possible, even into old age. It's important to note that the benefits aren't exclusive to dense literary works. Even engaging with puzzles, newspapers, or magazines can contribute to cognitive health. Any form of reading that challenges your brain and requires active comprehension offers some level of benefit. However, the most comprehensive and profound brain rewiring effects come from engaging with complex narratives and argumentative texts, which demand higher-order cognitive processing and deeper neural engagement across multiple brain regions for maximum impact. The unique power of deep reading lies in its ability to create sustained narrative immersion. When you're truly lost in a book, your brain isn't just processing words, it's building a rich mental model of the story world. You're anticipating events, inferring motives, and experiencing emotions vicariously. This deep immersion means your brain is working on multiple levels simultaneously, engaging cognitive functions far beyond simple decoding. It's this sustained, multifaceted engagement that drives the profound structural and functional changes we discussed. Think of your brain as a garden. Without constant attention and cultivation, it can become overgrown and less productive. Reading is like tending that garden. Each book you read is a seed you plant, growing new pathways, the plants, and strengthening existing ones, the root system. Myelination is like adding nutrient-rich soil, making everything grow faster and more efficiently. The more diverse your reading, the richer and more resilient your cognitive garden becomes, flourishing with new ideas and sharper abilities throughout your life. In our fast-paced, digitally driven world, the art of deep reading often takes a back seat. We're conditioned for quick information bites and instant gratification. But understanding the profound neurological benefits should be a powerful incentive to re-embrace this invaluable habit. It's not just about consuming content, it's about actively shaping your mind, enhancing your cognitive capabilities, and ensuring your brain remains vibrant and adaptable throughout your life. Make time for deep reading, and you're investing in your most vital organ. If you're looking to start or restart your reading journey, don't feel overwhelmed. Begin with topics that genuinely interest you. It could be a captivating fiction series, a biography of someone you admire, or a book exploring a hobby you love. The key is to make it an enjoyable, consistent habit. Start with short reading sessions and gradually increase the duration. Remember, every page counts towards rewiring your brain and building those stronger neural connections, paving the way for a sharper mind. For an even deeper cognitive workout, consider reading aloud. When you read aloud, you engage even more brain regions. You're not only visually processing words and comprehending their meaning, but also activating areas related to speech production, Broca's area, again, auditory processing, hearing your own voice, and motor control, articulating words. This multisensory engagement can further strengthen neural pathways, particularly beneficial for language development in children and maintaining cognitive agility in adults throughout their lives. In essence, reading is a comprehensive brain workout. It's an activity that, over time, sculpts and refines the very machinery of your mind. From the basic decoding of letters to the profound understanding of complex philosophical concepts, every act of reading contributes to your brain's neuroplasticity, memory, attention, empathy, creativity, and critical thinking. It doesn't just fill your head with facts, it fundamentally alters how your head processes those facts, making you a more astute, adaptable, and empathetic individual, with lasting benefits. As the famous science fiction writer, Ray Bradbury, once wrote, "You don't have to burn books to destroy a culture. Just get people to stop reading them." His words, while a warning, also emphasize the immense power inherent in the act of reading. It is a power not just to preserve knowledge, but to continually develop and expand our individual and collective consciousness. By understanding its scientific basis, we gain a renewed appreciation for this transformative habit and its vital role. Every time you open a book, you're not just turning pages, you're actively engaging in an extraordinary process of cognitive enhancement. You are strengthening neural pathways, fostering new connections, and building a resilient, adaptable mind. The simple, quiet act of reading is one of the most profound investments you can make in your own intellectual and emotional well-being. It's a habit that promises not only a richer present but also a healthier, sharper future for your brain, protecting it for years to come. So, if you've been looking for a reason to pick up that novel, delve into that non-fiction title, or simply spend more time away from screens, consider this your scientific green light. Your brain is waiting to be challenged, expanded, and rewired. Embrace the timeless power of the written word, and experience firsthand how reading truly reshapes your brain for a lifetime of sharper cognition, deeper understanding, and richer empathy. The journey of 1,000 pages begins with a single word, ready to transform your mind. We hope this journey into the neuroscience of reading has illuminated the incredible power held within the pages of a book. The intricate dance of your brain, from decoding symbols to fostering empathy, is truly a marvel. If you found this exploration insightful and want to learn more about the fascinating world of the human brain and cognitive science, please like this video, share it with fellow book lovers, and subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into how our minds work and how we can optimize them.